All right. Figured out a topic today. It's my first philosophical. Cool, sounds good. All right. My first philosophical is nature and nature gurus. All right. So, here's my opinion, right? For starters, let me have an opinion out of the way, so then I can become unbiased and then get the other side, and then, yeah, I mean, I'll leave the weighing of value up to you, which that'll be another topic too. But, anyways, nature, right? Nature, it's pretty good. It's usually good, right? Because, like, I mean, it's just kind of like how we used to innately live. It's the outside, sun. The sun is, like, proven to give you a legitimate, like, book list of health benefits if you, like, sit out in it, actually, and, like, you know, which I struggle with. Also, I hope my lighting's okay. Who cares? But, the reason why I brought up nature as a topic today is because there's some of this weird fuzzy stuff. There's, like, a tree out. Alright, well, here's the one. Whatever it's called. Move around for today. Hold on, is it up there? Yeah, up there. Up there, like that weird stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to hold the camera properly, so I have to learn that too. But, point made is that that's what brought me to the idea today. And I'm going to discuss my opinion on it. So yeah, anyways. So, nature. Like I said, normally it's a pretty good thing, right? Like, I like the idea because if I, like, go outside, it's also, like, it's very, like, adventurous, I remember this guy who also made a video. It wasn't like this, but it was, like, a video of something else. And he said, go, explore down the new street you haven't seen. Like, when you run, like, if you're going on a run, right? And it's just, like, it makes sense. Because it's, like, no one actually, like, blocks you in that moment to be like, I'll go down the street. Like, you've never been down that street before. Maybe you do get mauled by a person or a bear. Who knows? But also, maybe you meet the love of your life down that street. Who knows, right? So, like, new things is pretty nice. That's what nature can provide, honestly. Like, new nature with sustainability. It's like, it's a really good balance of order and chaos, to put it in that perspective, right? Order being, like, there's always trees, grass, insects, couple animals, right? Chaos being, maybe it's thunderstorming, maybe the winds are 65 miles an hour, maybe there's a bear sitting around the corner waiting for you to come because you're attacked their cubs territory. Okay. Alright. But does that mean that then we have to avoid nature because of the possible danger? Or should we go into nature because of the expected reality? Right? That's the two options that people, I think, including myself, like, suck at weighing out. Because, like, people, like, will, like, here's, like, the hypothetical and here's, like, the reality, right? People weigh the hypothetical, like, way up here, and the reality, like, way down here. So, like, if you said, let's go hiking. Oh, but there might be X, Y, Z. It's like, no. Like, I've been hiking 150,000 times. There's nothing there, right? Like, that's an example. I haven't actually. But, anyways. And also, I think it's a pretty good thing, nature is. And it's just, like, it provides a lot of, like, logical benefits of, like, actually doing, like just going outside even, like, let alone, like, you know, maybe you go play football or something, right? My brain just froze. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yeah, okay. And like, I don't know. I have nothing else to add. I honestly, like, my brain's freezing. I have nothing else to add. So, I'm gonna go now to the other side. The people that are like, I don't want to go in nature. I hate being in nature. I want to be inside. Okay. So from that perspective, right? Let me think here. All right. So, and they would say that being in nature is often too dangerous. You could get hurt. You could instead spend the time with other things that make you happy, like sitting inside, maybe watching a show you like, binging on Netflix and ice cream or whatever people do. I don't classify myself as a person. I'm basically insane, but I mean, you know what? Rather be insane than a normal person, because then you have some qualities that others don't. Make sense? But anyways, nature, right? I like these trees. These are like maple trees, I think. They're nice. I know. Or wait, well, I'll get that point in a second. But I like these trees in the spring because they look really nice. Well, like now May, because for whatever unknown reason that leaves don't grow until May. I'm not gonna blame it on climate change, because that's just like, okay, that's like me saying the ice froze up 2 months early. It froze up in October, so it has to be climate change. Like there could be a literal book list of other reasons why they didn't grow in May, or it didn't grow until May. So it's like, and like I've got better things to do with my time anyways. But besides that, just notice like there's like, speaking of nature, just like some nature stuff out here, like as like little, I don't even know what these are called. It's like art pieces, but like, okay, so imagine, I'm gonna work on my describing skills here. So imagine like a screen on, like feeling the screen on a window, except like, I guess what would be in between the little like spots would be filled with like color to make an art piece, right? Like it has the texture of the window screen, but it has the color like an art piece, like because it's art. And the only reason why I pointed that out really is actually because there was a nail sticking out of one of the things, so I put it behind that thing. I'm gonna put it behind it again. Okay. That one isn't even straight. Man, whatever. But, anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then my other point was nature gurus, right? Okay. Nature gurus, obviously, like with any guru, they don't point out, the cognitive bias makes it almost physically impossible to point out what's actually good, what's actually bad, along with the weighted value of it, because like, I take it like grades in school, right? All right, so you get your assignment grade, which is like usually 20% or something, right? Some small, and then you get your test grade, which is like 60%, and then you get like maybe like some projects or something that are the other 20, right? So it's like, with that, like just sitting there alone, it establishes 3 different things, right? Like maybe like the bad of nature and the good of nature. We'll do 50-50. No, not 50-50. We'll do, I want to choose it, right? The bad of nature, the good of nature, nature gurus, right? And they're supposed to, let's say they're supposed to balance out to like this neutrality 0%. That would mean that the bad of nature would have to be twice as strong, or that to be twice as strong as the good of nature, or has to be equal in strength as the good of nature and the nature gurus, which it isn't, because like nature is intrinsically balanced on its own. I mean, that's how it succeeds, right? I think that's a pretty fair statement to say. And if it's not, fair enough. But and basically, nature gurus are like, yeah. Let me define nature gurus. What I think of a nature guru as, I think of them as like almost like the people that are like, oh, go meditate on a rock or something, you know? Which, I mean, that identity, it's misconstrued over the fact that people often or too lazy, like literally just too lazy to take like something like that and like look at what they actually are, right? Because like for them, like if you think about it from like the nature guru's perspective, right? His job is just like a hobby but extended. It's like his hobby is meditating on nature. We'll do that for example, right? So his hobby is meditating out in nature on a rock. Making that a job would mean he has to teach people how to meditate in nature. So it's not really that much of an extension from like what he already does, he or she, whatever. But basically, man, just like something like I have a good idea. It's just like not clicking. There's like a third belt, if you will, in my brain. I call the nerves belts. There's like a third belt that's not like I get these two and then I don't have this one yet. But basically, nature gurus are going to be positive towards nature because that's just what makes sense, right? Because like he's a guy who meditates out on a rock. You think he's not gonna be like, oh, nature shit, nah, you know? He's gonna be like, I really like nature. And even if that guy knows to subconsciously try to put it in neutrality, his cognitive bias is going to make it like just a little bit above zero. So like instead of it being like, we'll put it on like a positive negative scale, instead of it being at zero, it'd be like plus like 2 out of 100. So like you can't really notice it, but if you dig into it, you realize, yeah, he's a little bit biased towards this, or she's a little bit biased towards that. Like you get the idea. And that applies with most things. And then the weighted value of that increases, like for the nature guru compared to like the guy who works in New York City, right? The value of nature is completely different. Like the guy working, obviously we know which one's negative, which one's positive. Makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll explain it to you real quick. Nature guru thinks of nature up here, New York City guy down here. Right. And so basically, oh, look at the bird. I like birds. But anyways, basically nature gurus, they don't, properly, like, neither do I. Like, I don't properly equalize the two things out. Like, right now I sound like I'm really hating nature because of my negative connotation towards that and the, whatever, connotations, like, the word or, like, what they mean in a given context, right? Like, a word, usually, but you get the idea. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's my point on nature and nature gurus, if anyone's interested. My first video. Or like actual video. So I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what to do if you want to see more of me. So bye bye.